Simphiwe Zondi's dream patisserie here in Sandton seems worlds and generations away from his township roots in rural KwaZulu Natal. Here's how, at the age of only 27, he's taken the humble magic of a fresh-baked cake and turned it into a celebrity favorite and household name.
Hi, my name is Simphiwe Zondi, well known as Chef Zondi, and welcome to my patisserie. So I grew up in a very small township in KZN in Eshowe, and that's where I grew up with my parents and my grandmother. That's when my love was discovered for cake art, where I'd go out and play with my grandma's Tupperwares, would make mud cakes. You know, the entire community and my parents and my family were so supportive from the time growing up. They really nurtured me and, groomed me to become who I am today. Cake art is basically one expressing themselves through food, one being able to show the emotion and feelings through what they make, putting your heart on a plate that you can eat. It's actually all edible. That's how I can describe cake art.
Inspiration struck when young Simphiwe would watch his mother, Mrs. Cindy Zondi, bake and cook all at once without a single muffin or pot ever burning.
Chef Zondi ngiqale ukumbona ukuthi une-passion yokubhaka the moment entshontsha izitsha zikamawo Tupperware ekhabetheni, eya nawo estradini, eyokwakha amakhekhe, eyobhaka amakhekhe. Konke no-anyanisi namazambane. Masisebenza sobabili no-Chef Zondi, we are having fun and siyitshela nje ukuthi lokho esikwenzayo kusuka from phakathi othandweni lethu.
Working with her is a dream come true. It's such fun and it's such pleasure to have her present in everything that I'm doing, and it's such a blessing for me.
As he's keen to point out, behind the glorious icing, the recipe is one of determination, sacrifice, and commitment.
We offer a lot of range of pastries and baked goods at the bakery every single day. If ever you need a freshly baked good, we always have it in store. But today we are going to ice one of my favorite cupcakes, which is the chocolate, as well as the vanilla cupcakes. We have our French buttercream over here, which we'll take and divide evenly into 3 bowls, and then we'll just add some color to it. And then I'll show you a trick on how to mix all 3 colors into just one piping bag. Usually when I decorate your novelty cakes or wedding cakes, whatever it is, I don't usually like doing much talking. Everyone in the kitchen will tell you that I'm silent, I'm in my corner, and I don't want anyone near me. Reason being is I just need time to focus and pay attention to detail.
A first-year psychology student in his spare time, Chef clearly enjoys a mental challenge.
So here's the trick on how to get all these 3 colors into one bag. So what you do is you hold your bag, you grab a bit of the green, you put it on the one side, a bit of the orange, you put it on the other side, and then lastly, you take your yellow and you put it right in the center, and you do the same process until you get enough buttercream in there. So the chocolate ones will be the rosette, and then the vanilla ones, I'll do the nice tall swirl. So with the rosette, you start right in the center, you push out, and you go to the outer edges, and you just do it like that. With the swirl, you start on the outer edge, and you work your way to the center, but to the top. And we're gonna do exactly the same this side, on the edge, work your way to the center, to the top. And to finish off my cupcakes, I'm just gonna sprinkle some nice colorful sprinkles.
Starting out in business, knocking on doors, Simphiwe saw many rejections before he realized he had to start with what he had already and a vision of where he wanted to be.
Making cakes for some of South Africa's A-listers is such a humbling experience, to be honest. I mean, from making a cake from someone I grew up watching on television, Ukarabo, Mam Connie Ferguson, to now making for former Miss SA, Khumalo, the voice of Africa, Khumalo. And doing this for them is such an amazing and humbling experience.
Many of the same A-listers see echoes of their own stories in Chef Zondi's, and every cake they commission or bag of biscuits they buy is a salute to his having made it.
We're now going to be making some sublays, and with me we have the voice of Africa and my friend.
Yes.
Khumalo. Please make some noise at home. So a sublay is a French shortbread.
Okay.
It's basically just your normal biscuit. You crack your egg.
Okay, you crack.
But make sure that your yolk does not break.
Okay, let's.
That is key, very important.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do now is use our hands to separate the egg yolk from the egg white.
You're kidding me.
So what you do is, you gently lift it up and you just play with it
until
all the egg white is separated from the yolk. Then you're gonna take your yolk and put it into the other one.
Oh, I did it.
Nazia,
Lovely.
there you go.
When not mixing yolks, butter and vanilla, Simphiwe runs an NGO, helping children's homes and maybe soon mentoring the next Chef Zondi.
Baking is a science, you know.
Okay.
It is so important that you get your measurements right, that you get your temperatures right.
Okay.
That you literally everything...
Get everything right.
Everything right, or else it's just gonna flop.
Even singing has its own measurements. You know, in terms of songs, there's songs that don't need you to overdo anything because the essence of the song requires you to tap into that softer side of who you are. So having to tame the beast into, listen, it's a soft song, be soft, takes quite a lot.
mission.
That's another measurement, you know, in terms of singing.
To bake bread is to settle your differences, while mixing dough and baking biscuits is about making lifelong friends.
I can see that, like I can feel the texture.
Yes.
It's that biscuit's texture.
Yes, yeah.
You know? Wow, it's amazing what measurements can give
The
you.
one that you know which this biscuit's gonna hit. Your hands are very warm, I can tell, because now your butter is not firming up because your hands are so warm.
Yes.
I even feel your dough is
I'm
even
a
so
healer.
warm.
My hands are forever warm.
Heal my flour, heal the stone, please.
Theatre is Chef's second love, and outside of baking, the part he most dreams of playing is as an African prince in a period drama.
Then you're gonna grab your cutter
Okay.
and just dip it into the flour. You just dip it in there. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna press down
Okay.
and release. Then you're gonna grab your spatula, and what you're gonna do is you take it right underneath so you can grab that.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yes. And then you're now
The
gonna...
shape is right there.
And you're now gonna just place it on. There you go, Nazog.
Okay.
And you do the same with all of them.
Getting the hang of it.
Nazog. You're a fast learner, hey? And you're just gonna pop them in the oven for about 10 minutes
Okay.
until they're nice golden brown, and then we're good to go.
Literally 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes, and, and they're done. You just bake them at 180 for 10 minutes.
Lovely.
What sets Simphiwe's baking apart is its appeal to all generations, and his niece Tamara is a big fan.
I'm not a fan of sweet stuff, but when it comes to Chef Zondi's cakes, I literally lose my marbles because the texture is right, the flavor comes through beautifully. Those cakes that are given too much sugar, it gets to a point where it literally sits here. He doesn't do that. You literally get all the flavors, all balanced, like he said. He is the king of measurements. So the measurements are in order.
My greatest milestone this far in my career for me would have to be at age 25, opening up my own patisserie and be running now for 2 years. The first year was very difficult, and I thought, you know what, after this year, I don't think I'll be able to make it. Now that I'm on to 2 years, heading on to 3, is quite an achievement for me at this age. My future plans for the brand are to be able to leave behind a solid foundation, especially for my nieces and nephews and for my brother, and for the generations to follow after that. I want to go knowing that I've left something that's solid for them to build on, and make sure that generational wealth is continued and they're able to build on to what I've actually created. That for me is the biggest plan that I have this far.
His next stop is with the SA culinary team competing at Chefs Congress 2022, and that must make us favorites.
Get more of the Insider SA online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider SA. Watch the show Monday evenings at 5:30. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.